Friday for associating with murder suspect Sarah Wairimu was expected to make his way to the DCI offices along Kiambu Road this morning. This is after detectives who have been investigating his probable interference in the murder case facing Cohen's widow Sarah Wairimu found communication between the two that could be linked to the businessman killing months before the tycoon disappeared. The judge was released on Saturday on a police bond after spending Friday night at the Muthaiga police station. He is expected to be presented in court on Tuesday morning, and our reporter Brian Obuya has been following up on this report. Brian, do we know if the judge has made his way to the DCI just yet?
Michelle, Justice Ole Kantai made his way to the DCI headquarters earlier this morning, and we understand he left about an hour or two ago when he had presented himself after the DCI asked him to do so after being released last Saturday. We know that the judge rather has been accused of interfering, or rather having been in communication with the murder suspect, Sarah Wairimu Cohen, in the days leading to her arrest and prior to her arraignment. We know also that, rather, we had reported earlier on that we were not exactly sure when he had gone into the DCI headquarters offices, but reports that we've received later on indicate that he may actually have made his way there very early morning, only to spend there a very brief time and leaving in less than an hour or two thereby. So what we can post at this hour for News Desk, Michelle, is that the police bond on which Justice Sankale had been released on last Saturday has been extended to the 3rd of March, when he is again expected to appear at the DCI headquarters as he continues to be interrogated over his role in what they termed as advice to the murder suspect Sarah Cohen in the days leading to the discovery of the body of the Dutch tycoon, whose decomposing body was found in a septic tank in his home. So those are the details that we've been trying to follow up on.
So let's just get a clarification here, Brian. Is his arrest in regard to possible interference after the killing and arrest of Sarah Cohen, or is it communication that could have been linked to the businessman's killing months before the businessman himself disappeared?
And that is what is actually the subject of a lot of conversations out here, and even becoming difficult for different parties to even discuss the same matter, because first of all, the DCI is looking into possible interference with the case into the killing of Tob Cohen. Then secondly, there was communication with the murder suspect. So for the sake of argument, it has been argued that the judge is not the one handling the matter at hand, and there hasn't been evidence that actually the judge has been in communication with the judge handling the Tob Cohen murder case. So that also is what police are trying to see, if they can get any other evidence to link the judge to possible charges to present him in court. Right now, we haven't seen, and we have no communication of any charge sheet or any charges that are being presented against the Justice Ole Kantai. But earlier on, sources had indicated to us that the judge could be charged with the accessory after the fact for communicating with a murder suspect, because there were a lot of things that were mentioned during that period when the case was going on, including allegations by the investigators that the main suspect wrote, or rather received her statement and sent it to the judge for possible editing and perusal, then it was returned back to her. That again is what they're trying to find out, what exactly were the interests, or if there was anything that actually touched on the case. But what we know right now is that it's becoming somehow an uphill task of investigation to connect on what exactly to what charges to press against Justice Ole Kantai. So he was released from custody. He was asked to present himself today, which he did very briefly. His police bond has been extended until the 3rd of March. We are all again waiting to see what comes out of that questioning. Because for the sake of argument, a lot of people have mentioned there is communication, rather conversations on social media about what offense exactly was committed, rather than the moral question, the question of integrity, that a judge and a court of appeal judge could give advice to a murder suspect. That is the moral question that is at play right now as we speak.